every time it's on everything. The life you cheesing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace and they put a hold on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual back where my strength get pumped from. So let's go by to a child of God. Standing toe to toe, no hiding out. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want my to hide. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is asking, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game, so it's me like the A train. The thing that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose hope. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Good afternoon. What up, BFam1096.com? How are y'all doing? Facebook. Hey, everybody, and new subscribers to my YouTube channel, Stalk Your Destiny. This is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I'm your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Y'all, if you have not already, please head over to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and be sure that you hit the notification bell as well so that you can be notified every time I go live or post a new video. I've posted 3 new videos in the last 3 weeks. So I hope that you guys head over to YouTube at Stalk Your Destiny, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss out on that. Here we believe that everything you No, we don't. I was going to say everything you want to become, you already are. That's it. Stalk Your Destiny. Hi, Sheila. She's on vacation for 11 days. I'm so happy to hear that. The world is amazing. Hello, beautiful friend. Hello, beautiful. Back at you. Thank you. And thank you for joining today. I was on vacation last week. So again, y'all, this is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I'm your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. So speaking of vacation, I was on vacation last week. I went to Canada, my first trip out of the country. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can see I'm holding my teacup saucer and my new little teacup from Canada. So I hope you brought your favorite drinks. I hope that you have your affirmations journals too. We're going to get into that real quick. If you don't have your affirmations journal, head over to stalkyourdestiny.com and pick up a copy of the Tea Time Daily Inspiration and Affirmations Journal. This is a 30-day journal, y'all, that you can check in with yourself and write your affirmations as well. Okay? So let me know, comment below, hit up the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how you are doing. As I said, I'm great. I am great. I'm not drinking any tea today, but I definitely wanted to show you guys my new little teacup. I drank too much tea this morning. Sheila said, how cool. I am traveling back and forth from from the bedroom to the TV room for all day. Oh, for all days. Well, listen, I did that too last week. But enjoy whatever that means for you with your vacation time. Do something kind for you. Okay. So y'all let me know where you're tuning in from and how you are doing. I'm lovely, right? And let's go right into our affirmations for this week. This week's affirmations say, I am God's beautiful design. Oh, I'm sorry. And with your affirmations, we do I am, I have, I will, and we declare what kind of day are we going to have today, or what kind of week. If you're doing your affirmations just weekly, What are you declaring that you are? I am, I have, I will. And what kind of week are you declaring you're going to have? Remember that when we do these affirmations, it's not about sitting in where you are. If it's not a positive situation for you, it is about moving forward to where you want to be and declaring those things and claiming it and going after it. Okay. So I am God's beautiful design. I am God's beautiful design. Y'all, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love the human body. I said this at the airport to one of my good friends. I was telling her that, I like all the different shapes of bodies, right? We're all shaped so differently. Each body part is shaped so differently. And so it really is art. Okay. It really is art. And it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see the different shades of color, different textures of hair, all the different things. And so I am God's beautiful design. And I have, I said I have, I said I have fearfully and wonderfully made. That's not correct. I don't know what I was writing down here, but let me see. I'm gonna say I have joy today. I have joy, and I hope that you have joy today too, or that you find something that brings you joy. And if don't, then make it exist for yourself. Okay. If you don't have joy, put on a cologne or perfume that smells good to you today. If you don't have joy, put on an outfit that makes you feel like your best self. Put that on. So you have what you need to feel the way you want to feel. And it doesn't have to be forced. So I have everything I need and I have joy. Okay. And then I will love without apology. Ooh, I will love without apology. Meaning that I'm not sorry that I love you. I'm not sorry that I can say I love you. I'm not sorry for the capacity to which I love you, but I will love without an apology. I'm not sorry about that. One thing I'm not sorry about is loving anybody. Um, and so I will love without apology. And I hope you do too. I hope that you can stand up, in the love that you give others. And I hope that you can receive love as well in the same manner and let someone stand up and love you back. Okay. And so here I said, today will be a wonderful day. And the thing about the fearfully and wonderfully made, y'all, I was listening to Stevie Wonder this morning. So that's where all these wonderfuls come from. I was just having a great time. And sometimes you have to set your own atmosphere. Most times, actually, you have to set your own atmosphere. And so Stevie Wonder is my favorite artist of all time. And I hadn't listened to him in a while. And so this morning, I listened to Stevie Wonder, just some of the beautiful music that he has, and the things that made me feel all the feels, feel all wonderful and, prepare to be here with you guys today. So today will be a wonderful day. It already is. It already is a wonderful day. So, and I'm sorry, our affirmations for the week are sponsored by Tea Time Enterprises LLC, which we celebrated. No, we're known as Stalk Your Destiny, y'all. So even when I get to Stalk Your Destiny, the food for thought quote, which is brought to you by Stalk Your Destiny, we celebrated 11 years in business last week. Okay. I started this company. I started Stalk Your Destiny 11 years ago. I actually started the umbrella Tea Time with TARAH, where this show came from, the gatherings. We'll be celebrating 10 years of that this October. We'll be celebrating 10 years of Tea Time with TARAH in October. But I celebrated 11 years of Stalk Your Destiny last week. And so that is wonderful. Okay. And so the food for thought quote today here says, how would you spend today if you knew it was your last day to leave a legacy on the earth? Now, I want to be a little bit clear with this food for thought quote, because I'm not saying how would you spend today if it was your last day to live, right? But if you knew it was your last day to leave a legacy, right? If it was your last day to leave a legacy, how would you spend the day? Like, you only have one more day to make this impact, one more day to do what you got to do, and if each day, people want to YOLO and say you only live once. I think that's what YOLO, you only live once. Yes. For YOLO, and some people say, well, you only have one life to live and all those things, right? But what if we took full advantage of each day? What if we took full advantage of each day? Meaning that, first of all, allow yourself to feel what you feel. Allow yourself to do whatever responsibilities and duties you have to do, but be determined to, again, set the tone for your own day. Be determined that even if you're doing the best that you can do at your job, even if you're doing the best that you can do as a parent, even if you're doing, the best that you can do just for yourself, right? How would you spend it or make sure that you left a legacy on that day? Because some people leave legacies in how they treat others and how others speak of them, right? That's a legacy. The way that you're talked about when you're no longer there, that's a legacy. Some people write, I'm a published author of many books. That's a legacy. I'm leaving my voice here. I'm recording videos where I'm talking to people and impacting and changing lives. That's leaving a legacy, right? Showing up for you all today and showing up for me is me. Like, if this was the last time I got to leave a legacy, guess what I'm gonna do? Comb my hair, brush my teeth, put some makeup on, get dressed in something that makes me feel amazing, and deliver something positive to the world. How would you spend today if you knew it was your last day to leave a legacy on the earth? That is really something to think about, you guys, because then what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving behind? And if we're not thinking about that every day, then we're kind of, I don't want it to sound harsh, but in a way, you're failing yourself if you're not leaving a piece of you in each day. And I don't mean that you're losing anything, but I mean you're putting your footprint on each day that you have to live. So what is there something that you could do to leave a lasting impression? They say first impressions are the final impressions, really. And they're the lasting impressions unless you go back to change whomever's mind, right? So, excuse me. So what are you doing? What type of impression do you want to leave in the earth, right? What do you want? I used to ask my clients when I was doing life coaching, I was asking, what are 3 things you want people to remember about you or say about you when you're no longer here? What are 3 things you want them to remember about you, right? For me, I think my love is number 1. I want people to talk about how they felt loved by me, how they experienced love with me, how I loved without just restraint. Like, my love is number 1. I know everybody's going to talk about me as a mother, right? They're going to talk about my boys because that is my joy. That's my why, They're going to talk about that. The third thing, I don't know what people really would say because it depends on how close you are to me. With the third thing, they may say, "Oh, she was impactful. She was wise," or things like that. Positive things, right? Because I'm intentional every day to, number 1, show up for myself, show up for the people that I love, and of course, be the best mom I can be, right? And make an impact by putting out positivity in the world, by showing up for you guys, by doing whatever God calls me to do, right? I am determined to do those things. So what 3 things would you want someone to remember about you? And are you leaving those footprints in each day that you go forward in? Are you leaving those footprints? So think about that as you go forward. That is the food for thought quote is a question, is how would you spend today if you knew it was your last day to leave a legacy on the earth? Okay? And so think about that as you go throughout your week and make the best of each day, y'all. Every day is not going to be an amazing day, a great day, or even a beautiful day, right? But there's something beautiful in each day. And if you seek out the beautiful things in each day, if you seek out the miracles of each day, you'll have way more beautiful days than not beautiful days, because we can have moments that are not beautiful. We can have moments that are not great, but that doesn't mean that the entirety of the day was not beautiful. So seek those things out for yourself and seek to leave your footprint. Leave your footprint on the day. Look, put your stamp on it. Okay. be sure to put your stamp on it. Now, our devotional for the day comes from a couple of different scriptures. Okay. First, it comes from Isaiah 43, verse 18 and 19. I'm going to read that. Okay. Isaiah 43, verse 18 and 19. And here it says, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. Okay. And so with that, this morning I wrote release and perceive, right? And so release those things behind you. I think that, even in leaving a lasting legacy, you've got to be able to let go of your past, and I've said this before. I know I've said it on multiple shows, right? Some people hang so tightly to like high school, and I didn't understand it till 20 years out of high school, right? I didn't understand why people hold on so tightly, because that's really the meat of who you are. Like who you were then, or how you were, helped shape you become whatever type of adult you became, right? For those of us who are 20 years out of high school or more, or whatever years out of high school, right? But some people stay there. Some people stay in, I was the basketball star on the team. Well, that was 20 years ago, bro. Or sis, what you doing? Like, what are you doing now? Did that push you into, leagues? Did that, what are you doing with it? What's so good about it now? Um, and so release the past, even good and bad things, because you're only as good as your last bestseller, right? Is a quote that's used sometimes. And so we got to be willing to release those things. And if you're walking into the newness of who you are, if you want to change your own life, if you want to, say, today I want to start to leave a legacy. And if that's the case, then walk into that. Hold on, y'all. I gotta. Okay. Walk into what you want to embody. Okay. And so in order to do that, like shout out to Ty Tribbett and his wife, First Lady Shantae Tribbett. They did a video back at the beginning of 2024. They did a video, and they were it wasn't just a video, they were live with their church, Live. Their church is called Live, in Orlando, Florida, and they were talking about forward, right? Forward in 2024. And in that video, they were saying that in order to go forward, like, you literally have to abandon where you are right now. And so many of us deal with abandonment issues. Like, either we don't want to abandon people, or we don't want to let them go, or those people don't want to let us go. And so sometimes the places where you are in your life that you want to move forward from, you want to change your life, you want to pivot, shift, and all of those things, you can find yourself stuck there, because you're dwelling on that, right? But we've literally got to get up from there and go forward, right? And so don't dwell on the past, and we've got to see the new thing that's happening right before our eyes. Y'all, we miss miracles every single day, and we miss them because we're holding on to the past, right? We miss them because we're not looking forward. We're not going towards them in that direction, and they're happening right before our very eyes. And so if we would let go of the past and let it be what it was, if it was good, let it be good. If it was negative, let it be negative. But how you are shaped by that situation. I was telling someone recently that because of our childhood, we have a certain amount of passion for things. We stand up to protect certain things because of some of the things that we've gone through in our childhood. And that's not to say that we want any child to suffer anything that we've suffered, or anything at all, right? However, here at this age and here at this place in life, that thing has stake in what fueled me to be the way that I am today. Okay. And so what I mean by that is I'm not controlled by my past any longer. I use my past to power forward and help others. I use my past to speak up, to advocate, to do different things like that. Okay, so you can take hold of your past. Don't dwell on it. Don't sit there. See the new thing, right? See the miracles in front of you as they are unfolding right before your eyes. Be open. Be open to seeing God's miracles happen right before your eyes. Okay, in your own life. Check out the mirror. Okay, check out the mirror and look beyond what you don't love about yourself, and go deeper than that. Okay, look beyond that to you, to the inner parts of you. Okay, so the next part of this, the scripture I'm going to go to is Ephesians chapter 5. And I'm going to read I'm going to read two different versions of this one. Okay, and one of it is the Message version. I'm going to read that first, and then I'll read the NIV version. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11 through 16, and then I'm going to read 11 through 21 of the NIV version. Okay. All right, the Message version here says, don't waste your time on useless work, mere busy work, the barren pursuits of darkness. Expose these things for the sham they are. It's a scandal when people waste their lives on things they must do in the darkness where no one will see. Rip the cover off those frauds and see how attractive they look in the light of Christ. Wake up from your sleep, climb out of your coffins. Christ will show you the light. Then it says, so watch your step, use your head, make the most of every chance you get. These are desperate times. That's the Message version, okay? Verse 11 through 16, chapter 5 of Ephesians, okay? That's the Message version. The NIV version says this, okay? And it's a little more because I'm going to verse 21 here, okay? And just consider these things. Just consider it for yourself, all right? So this one says, have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness. How many people do you hang around that ain't producing nothing in their life? They're not producing nothing good. They just miserable. Okay, how many people? All right, think about that. So have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, y'all, but rather expose them. For it is shameful even to mention what the disobedient do in secret. But everything exposed by the light becomes visible, for it is light that makes everything visible. This is why it is said, wake up, O sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish. Where am I? But understand what the Lord's will is. Do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit. Speak to one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Sing and make music. I don't know why something keeps popping up on my screen, but sing and make music in your heart to the Lord, always giving thanks to God the Father for everything in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Okay. So this part says a few more things, but the overall of it is be careful. Be careful about how you live. Be careful about who you surround yourself with. Be careful about what you do in the dark that you think won't come to the light. Now, y'all, I'm saying this is somebody that is nowhere near perfect, okay? Nowhere near perfect. Because if you catch me outside, you're going to see that I like to dance. You're going to see that I might have a drink. You're going to see that, well, I mean, that's probably all you're going to see. I like to laugh, okay? But still, be mindful that even if we're not perfect, even if we're not where we want to be, you know, that we're still striving for this, that, you know, you're not just doing evil in the darkness and, you know, throwing rocks and hiding your hand or thinking that those things will never come back around. Recently in what TMZ, I don't watch TMZ, y'all, but I saw some TMZ last week when I was out of the country on TV, and there was a major celebrity, and something happened over 30, 40 years ago with this person. And it was said, basically, the conversation went about a way that said some people think that because of their status or because of their financial position, that the things that they've done in the dark won't come to light. And sometimes you think that because the years have gone by and you haven't paid for that, or consequences haven't come from that, that you're off the hook. Listen, y'all, God don't forget. God doesn't forget. And what I mean by that is, just because you may know someone who's done things in the dark that may have harmed you. And it may look like they are living their best life. It may look like they're in good health, good spirits, and all these things. It may look like for years that you're behind this person, kind of, in terms of maybe where you want to be in your life versus where they are in theirs. Don't worry, fret not. This is why the Lord says, don't take vengeance yourself. A time will come when we all have to account for the things we do in the dark. So please don't be out here being wicked, because if you see me out having a drink and dancing, you're not going to see me being wicked. You're not going to catch me being wicked, because I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But, and yet and still, none of us are perfect. And what's done in the dark will come to the light for us all. What's done in the dark will come to the light for us all. And so we have to be mindful of that you want to be wise and not wise in your own eyes. We want to be wise in the eyes of the Lord. We want to be right in the eyes of the Lord as well. And be clear about this, okay? We want to be right in the eyes of the Lord, not in the eyes of those who hold judgment over us as if they are God. I'm going to just leave that there, okay? Read your Bible. Read your Bible. Make sure that you have a relationship with the Lord and Savior, your own relationship with God, but this is a tool, and there are many tools, okay? This is the Bible. This is the Bible. This is business and Bible basics on this show. So be mindful that you have a relationship with God, and do not let the judgments of anyone that's not God come against you. However, just be mindful to live like you want to leave a lasting legacy of positivity, and that you're striving for better, even in your mess, okay? Because we all mess up, but God will help us all through it, okay? If we ask, if we're open to it. All right, so that was our devotional time. That was from Isaiah 43, 18 and 19, as well as Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11 through 16, and then verse 11 through 21 as well. If you want to go back and read that for yourself, consider it for yourself, and ask God about it if it resonated with you. Okay. So if you want to get my Tea Time Daily journal, an affirmations and inspiration journal, which has the space in there for you to write your affirmations out for 30 days, as well as check in with yourself on how you're doing and inspire you with quotes for each day as well. For any of my books or planners, head over to stalkyourdestiny.com. Also, if you want to become a sponsor for the show, oh, y'all, I'm sorry too. The last 2 devotionals will be up soon. I did finish writing them. I finished typing them, but I have to publish the last 2. So the last 2 devotionals of the 12 book series will be available soon, and I will let you guys know when that is up and live as well. Hopefully next week, but I'm not promising anything. But they're done being written. I just have to publish them now. And so I'll let you guys know when those devotionals are published. Remember, the Earthly Branches is a 12-book devotional series that you can use for fasting or just for dedicated time with God to grow in your relationship with God. It does have the scriptures in it for each week for you to read and consider. You should read those scriptures every day, along with the daily point for the day, the daily focus for the day, and consider the daily question or quote for each day as well. And you can journal about that in those books as well. So each one is specific to a topic. Some of those topics are enlightenment, harmony, fulfillment, growth, and solitude are what I'm working on now. Completion, order. Sheila says, have you ever thought of turning your series into a Netflix series? It's so interesting that I think folks would watch. Turning the books, the Earthly Branches devotional book, or like this show. The Earthly Branches devotionals, no, I never thought about turning that into a series of a show. However, I did utilize that on this particular show all the way up until this year. So I've used those books, and I will start to use them again as soon as I publish the last two. When we do our devotional time, I will use them again on this particular show. But Sheila, email me and tell me more of what you think with that, because I don't know what you mean by the series. Are you talking about the devotionals, the books, or are you talking about this particular radio show? So email me and let me know, or you can go to the website and just leave a message there too, because I'm not on TikTok anymore as well, Sheila. So I'm not actually connected with you. So visit my website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com, and send me a message there. Or y'all do know, I hope that you all know that you can comment on my shows on YouTube, or if you find me on social media, at Stalk Your Destiny or Tara M. Williams on Facebook and Instagram. I will communicate back with you if you reach out to me. But keep it peachy, okay? All right. And so you can get those books at my website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com, and see what other books I have as well, you guys. I don't tell you all the books I have, but they are available on the website, as well as a line of planners and accountability tools are available on the website as well. So check out that website. Now, if you considered being a sponsor for this show, sponsoring ad space for the show, your ad sponsorship does go for the entire month. So every Monday for that month for 4-week span, and sometimes 5 weeks, okay, depending on the month. But every week your ad will run for whatever sponsorship package you choose. Now our sponsorship packages range from $50 to $500. And so you can do whatever is best for your budget. But also we are live every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central Time. And so with that, we have reached over 300,000 listeners live. That does not include whoever watches on YouTube. That does not include whomever is exposed to the show on Facebook as well. And so consider sponsoring ad space on this show. I would love to tell the world about who you are and what you offer. And so check out my sponsorship packages on my website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. You can click the live and on air tab and just scroll down, and you will find become a sponsor on that page. Now, if you say, Tara, I love the show. I don't necessarily want to put an ad out for anything, but I would love to make a donation. Wonderful. You can donate to the show via Cash App at Stalk Your Destiny, Venmo at Stalk Your Destiny, or you can, again, go to the website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com/donate, or simply click the donate tab at the top of the menu page, the homepage. Okay. And so you can donate any amount of your liking. You can do a one-time donation, or you can do a donation that is a recurring thing. That is all up to you. Everything that you do helps us grow on the show. It helps us to expand visibility, change more lives, reach more people, y'all. And I had someone ask me last night, they were expressing their love for the show, and I was talking to them about sponsorship. And the question came up, how come you only do your show one day a week? Have you thought about doing it more? Well, listen, you guys, if you want Tea Time with Tara more, first of all, please request it. Let me know that you want more of this show. But also that comes with more budget needs. Okay. And so that comes with more airtime, which means that comes with more wardrobe, that comes with more everything, more preparation. And so with that, your support of this show would benefit more shows and expansion, even in that manner. And so all of that, your donation, your sponsorships will help with the growth and expansion of this show so that we can be here for you and with you live and on air more. Okay. I am working on something else. I'm not going to reveal it right now, but I am working on something else. But still, your support, if you love this show, consider donating, consider a sponsorship, or consider speaking to someone you know that may want to donate or sponsor an ad on this show to help us grow, reach more people, and be more available to you to impact your life, your life and the life of others positively. Again, everything's at the website www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Now let me give you what you came here for. Let me give you what you came here for. Which I hope you came here for the entire show, okay? I hope you came here for the entire show. But let's get to the business topic of the week, brought to you by Zeal Sweet Flavored Tea, made with love. Okay. So the topic today is, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay. What are you waiting for? Sponsor an ad today. What are you waiting for? Donate today. What are you waiting for? Be the miracle you're looking for today, or be the miracle in somebody else's life, right? So here I wrote, do what needs to be done. Do what needs to be done. So lately I've been asking friends of mine, what would you do right now if your life was a movie, right? So I've been even asking myself as I'm doing my work, I'm asking myself, what would Tara do? What would the woman I want to become do in this situation right now? When I'm just like bored or something, I'm like, what would I do? What would I work on? How would I handle these situations? How do you get out of, and y'all, I'm not saying that anything's wrong with where you are in your life, right? But we all have goals, dreams, and ideas of what our life should look like, okay? Or be like. And so what would you, the future you, what would you do, right? So in that, you find out what's holding you back from you, right? What is holding you back from performing at your best to become the best you desire to be? What's holding you back? And so you have to identify that in order to break that barrier, because otherwise we're catering to what's keeping us stuck. You know, like if I wasn't thinking about what would I do, I would just do what I want to do in this moment. And most of the time in the moments, you don't want to do anything. Most of the time in the moments, you want to give up on everything, because all of us can be overworked, stressed out, overwhelmed, anxious, you know, all the things from the world news, from current events, from parenting, from being, you know, from responsibilities, right? We all have these things, from trying to build a business, you know, or whatever, trying to stay positive. Okay. All of those things can be heavy weights on us, right? And so, in doing what needs to be done, that doesn't mean beating yourself over the head with something. That doesn't mean telling somebody else what to do. What that means is take a minute, figure out what would you do in this moment. Okay. If you in the future came back to you right now in this moment, what would they tell you to do? How would they tell you to handle whatever situation you're facing? Okay. And yeah, I know that this is psychological stuff, but y'all, I didn't go to school for psychology, so I can't break it down to you how this works. I can just tell you that it works. Okay. So think about you in the future. Like, what are you waiting for? You want to meet you in the future? You want to get to where you want to be? Then do what needs to be done. That means do the hard thing, take the steps forward. I think I've mentioned many times that, uh, oops, I think I've mentioned many times before that even baby steps matter, okay, to where you're going. Oops. Baby steps matter to where you're going. If you're going towards your destiny, you're going towards better, you're going towards changing, pivoting, whatever. Baby steps matter too. So what's stopping you? What excuses are you giving yourself that your future self would be like, we're not doing that anymore? Like, we gave that up a long time ago. We gave up that person. We gave up those actions. We gave up that addiction. We gave up that poor thinking, or Marshawn Evans Daniels calls it stinking thinking in her book Believe Bigger. And y'all, I mean, I'm not affiliated with it, but I've learned a lot from Marshawn Evans Daniels since 2014, I believe. And so if you don't have her book Believe Bigger, you never heard of her, check her out. Okay, tell her Tara with Tea Time with Tara sent you. With Stalk Your Destiny, or whatever. But sometimes you need that too. You need a list of books that encourage you. Do what needs to be done. Sometimes it's just reading a different book. Sometimes it's just exposure to a name, to a coach, to something that would encourage you or spark you. Okay. And so that type of thing would pull you up from whatever is holding you back. Okay. So exposing yourself. One of my friends, I love when my friends like tell me what I said. And they tell it to me so that I can do whatever I need to do to get done. Whatever I need to get done, they tell me what I said to them that helped them. And they're saying it to me so I can get up and do whatever I need to do. And so one of my friends, I had posted about changing your environment, right? Sometimes you have to get out of your environment in order for your mind to open up to new possibilities and new opportunities. I told y'all I went out the country and I was intentional that I'm leaving here a certain way and I'm returning differently. And I literally left my town the first day of spring and went to a place where they were still in winter, you know? And so I got to go do a reset and come back here and be like, okay, spring, what's up? What's up? I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. Like, I'm ready to do this work now, right? So I did a physical move, physical scenery change, a physical shift, right? But I was intentional about shifting my mind while I was doing this so that I would not return the same way that I left. And so sometimes it's as simple as going to a park. It's as simple as going to a place that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel like the best you, proud to be you, you know? Sometimes just go. Sometimes it's as simple as getting a coffee or a tea somewhere beautiful, right? I'm all about beautiful things. So going somewhere that makes you feel worthy, going somewhere that makes you feel like you can be the person you desire to be, like you can win, going to a sports bar, going whatever it is that you need to do for you. You can do it. Do what needs to be done. Whatever is holding you back, shake yourself loose from it. Literally get up, abandon where you are right now, and go to a place that ignites that fire in you and causes you to take a step forward, just to trust it, right? Just take the step forward. Okay. So do what needs to be done. The next thing I wrote here about what are you waiting for is accept your gifts, right? Accept your gifts and see opportunities, right? So sometimes we're waiting for, Captain Save 'em All to show up for us. Sometimes we're waiting for that. Guess what? He ain't coming. She ain't coming. And if they do come, they coming to restrain you. If they do come, they're coming to control you. Then ain't nobody coming to free you. Nobody's coming to free you. Nobody is coming to pull you up out of, right? They could be there. They could wait on you. They're not coming to do the work for you. You've got to be willing to do the work, meaning you've got to see your beautiful things. And sometimes that takes isolation. Sometimes that takes you being alone with yourself to figure out, oh my God, I didn't even know I could do this. I didn't even know. Because sometimes we just don't try because we're scared. So we may not try. And we just don't see it, right? I don't see what you see in me. It's something I think all of us are guilty of saying. I don't see what you see in me. And that's true to some extent. We may not see the way that others see us. We don't always get to see that because we are our most critical people, right? And so we criticize ourselves more than anybody does. But accept your gifts, okay? We all have something. Whether you have a compassionate heart, whether you have the gift of gab, whether you are a great writer, you have a great ear, you know music, you can help someone speak well, whatever it is, sign language, whatever your gift is. First of all, don't let anybody discount your gift, okay? And if you're being discounted, then you may need a new environment that accepts the gift that you have, right? It's so many different environments that we can go into to operate in our gifts. Okay. And even if you don't want to do it, y'all do it. What are you waiting for? Do it anyway. I get on this thing and I started out not wanting to hear my voice on the radio and then got on radio and still did not want to hear my voice. I married the messaging. I married the mission. Okay. So do it anyway. What are you waiting for? I started the podcast on a bet. Like somebody was like, we want you. Two women went to brunch with me for my birthday one year and said they basically dared me to start a podcast. And so I did. I started the Stalk Your Destiny podcast, which is still on Spotify. Okay. And I started that because they just dared me to do it, basically. So I did it, not because I wanted to hear my voice, but because I had a gift of messaging to share. Okay. The way that I think about things, perceive things, and talk about it is a little different from others. So accept your gifts, even if you don't want to hear it. Accept your gifts, because eventually, if you marry your message, if you marry what you're doing, the purpose that those gifts are in you, you see way more beautiful things than you ever imagined. I never imagined being on a radio show, especially a radio show out of Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to bfam1096.com. I never expected to do that. I never expected to do that. I never expected to have a radio show where I'm live on air every Monday and I'm visual and audio. And my voice is literally heard across the world. But you know what the Lord said? And I'm saying this to encourage you. I'm saying this so that you know that your gifts, when they say your gifts will make room for you, they will. But if you don't accept that you have that gift, find something beautiful about it and still share it with the world, y'all. Because in Isaiah 55, verse 5, it says, you will summon nations you know not, and nations that do not know you will come unto you because of the Lord your God, for he has endowed you with splendor. Okay. Isaiah 5:5:5. Okay. Y'all know I love numbers, and take it to the scripture or whatever however you handle that. But that's important to me. Okay. And so knowing that, here I am live on the radio with you, over 300,000 listeners worldwide in 93 countries. I don't know y'all and you don't know me, but thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up here. Thank you for allowing me to pour into you. I accept my gifts. I hope you accept yours. I hope you rise up. I hope that you deliver what the world needs, because you may not ever know who needs to hear it, who needs to see it, who needs to experience it. But you have something that we need. You have something that we want. And you've got to be open to seeing opportunities. And by that, I just mean that you've got to know that your gifts are opening doors for you, that they are making room for you. And when you see those opportunities, consider them. Okay. Everything's not going to be a yes. You're not going to say yes to everything, but consider the opportunities before you, because what the hell are you waiting for? And that reminds me of a song. Linkin Park and Jay-Z. Encore. Encore, yes, because it says it in Encore. What the hell are you waiting for? Okay. So give yourself an encore. Get up. Give yourself a round of applause. Go listen to that song. Right? But give yourself room for those things. Accepting your gifts and seeing your opportunities And then I wrote here in my notes, no day but today. Y'all, I asked y'all earlier, how would you spend today if you knew it was your last day to leave a legacy on this earth, right? If today was the day you start, by all means, do one thing. By all means, accept that you have gifted. If today is the day that you start, accept that you are gifted in the areas that you're gifted in. If today is the day you start, then be open to seeing that there are opportunities that you can reach out for. Okay? You can seek out. You can knock on those doors. It never hurts to ask. It never hurts to have a conversation about something, right? Do you want to know more information? You want to be pointed in the right direction. You don't know what you don't know, okay? But if you look, you might find. You may find. So be mindful of that. And so in the movie, I don't know if you all are familiar with the movie Rent. It was a stage play on Broadway that the original cast on Broadway was in the movie Rent, and they sang the song No Day But Today. No day but today. And so it's basically still the same thing, living every day, you know, living every day as if it's your last. You don't know when your last is. And it's not about dying. I'm saying it right now for me. I'm not saying about the movie, but from what I'm saying right now is that this thought, I don't want to give you this thought for you to think about dying. I want to give you this thought for you to think about living at your best, giving yourself the best opportunity that you can to operate in your gifts, to be happy, to choose happiness, to choose joy, right? And to understand that there's no time like the present. There's no time like the present. So no day but today. If all we have is today, what are you going to do to make today? What are you going to do to make sure today is beautiful? Are you going to relish at the weather? Are you going to get dressed up? Are you going to finally put that outfit on? Are you going to put on that extra spray of cologne? Are you going to buy the thing, cook the thing, ask the damn man or woman out? What are you going to do? Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Believe in you more than anything. Believe in yourself, because all we have is today. I mean, if you ever met a tomorrow, let me know, because I haven't. I haven't met a tomorrow. It's just the continuance of today. All we have is today, 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 today. I never met tomorrow. Never met tomorrow. So it literally is no day but today. There literally is no time like the present, y'all. Joyce Myers wrote a book, Eat the Cookie by the Shoes. Eat the cookie by the shoes, okay? So live in this day like you can. Do what you want to do. Make the best of it, okay? And if you want to venture into something else, y'all, I always will say this, read books. If you want to adventure somewhere and you're like, I don't have the money to travel, or I don't know enough about X, Y, and Z, fine, then keep reading books, because those things are taking you on an adventure. It's taking you on a journey, and the journey is internal, and it can be internal before it's ever external, but it's leading you somewhere, okay? Read up on your gifts. You know, if you're like, okay, well, I have this gift, but I don't know what to do, then seek out opportunities. What can a person who has XYZ do with XYZ? Okay. And so there are ways to take full advantage of you, to meet you, to be the best you that you can be, to leave a legacy. Okay. But you've got to realize that there is no day but today. There's no time like the present time. And all we have is right now. All we have is right now. So do something to make you smile. Do something to make your heart smile. Do something that brings you joy and happiness. Okay. So that is our show for today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for you guys. Our affirmations today was, I am God's beautiful design. I think it was, I have joy. Okay. Because I wrote fearfully and wonderfully made. I will love without apology. And today will be a wonderful day. And I hope that if you showed up here today, that you do have a most wonderful day today. Okay. Our devotional time, we studied, not studied, but we discussed Isaiah 43, verse 18 and 19, as well as Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11 through 16 in the Message version, and also verse 11 through 21 in the NIV version. Okay. And that's just saying release things, release the old and perceive the new. And just remember that, wickedness and what's done in the dark is not worth it, because the Lord will shine his light on it. Okay. Everything done in the dark will come to the light. So be mindful of that. And be wise in God's eyes, not our own eyes. Okay. And then our business topic of the week: what are you waiting for? Right? If you want to live your best life, but give you a freaking chance. Do what needs to be done. Accept your gifts, y'all. Walk in those beautiful gifts. And remember that there is no day but today. Okay. Now, again, if you guys love this show, you love what I'm doing, I love this show. I love showing up for you. Okay. But if you love this show and you want to support, or you want to sponsor ad space here, I welcome you. Hello, come on in. Okay. I would love to tell the world about who you are and what you offer, your product, your service, your company, or your event that's upcoming. Okay. We are in 93 countries. We have over 300,000 listeners live every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, y'all. So to donate or sponsor or send me a message or anything, y'all, please be sure to check out the website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Also, for donations, you can donate via Cash App at Stalk Your Destiny, or you can donate via Venmo at Stalk Your Destiny as well. Okay. So that is all for today. This has been Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I'm your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. I would love to get my subscribers on YouTube up to 200. Currently, as I'm recording this show right now, we are at 160. So if you have not already, please head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live or upload a new video. Please go back and check out old radio shows that you may have missed and get the messaging that you may need, the encouragement you may need for each day if you need to. And also check out the Tea Time with Tara show, where I interview guests. I don't interview them. I have an open conversation with guests and ask them what they need on their journey to stalking their destiny. So go back and check out some of their testimonies as well. Again, I would love to have you be a sponsor of this show, especially so that we can expand it into more airtime and show up for you even more than once a week. Until then, I will see you guys next Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central. I hope you have a most beautiful, wonderful day and week. Bye.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna bring. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, alive, you cheesing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace and they put a hold on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So let's go ride to the child of God. Standing toe to toe, no hiding out. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want my to hide. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is having, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another goal. I'm bigger than it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game, so speed like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna bring. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground.
Tara.